Hi, I'm EllaAradia and welcome to your Psychic Tarot Love Reading. This reading is for my Gemini, Libra and Aquarius air signs. The timestamps are below, where we will be taking a deeper dive into your person's hidden feelings for you. This is a love reading and it's for those of you who are already connected with someone, even if you are currently in no contact with your person. This will be a very specific message, so it may not resonate for all of you. If it feels right, then it's meant for you. Otherwise, you may want to check out the readings for your other placements, so Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. And before we jump in, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you who are supporting my channel by liking and subscribing. So if you enjoy this reading and you haven't already done that, please do. It helps the channel out a lot. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and then you can get notified when the next videos are up. So Gemini, let's jump in. So I always like to just tune into the energies before I start pulling cards, Gemini. I mean, the first thing that I'm feeling here is this is someone that you have history with. This feels like a long-term connection. And for some of you, this may be an ex that has recently returned, but still, it's someone that you have a history with. It's a long-term connection. Either way, whatever it is, the big question that I'm feeling here is, is this person still somebody I feel aligned with? Overall energies, the world, this is a card of graduation. It's all about endings, beginnings, the ending of one significant chapter, the beginning of a new one. And in terms of relationships, this is usually a card of a moment where things are potentially about to go to the next level in some way. So it's often a moment where, we can be waiting for, putting a title on things or moving in together or a marriage proposal, it's these moments where things are about to kind of go to that next level. So it's a card of growth. And with your person's view of you, we have the Magician. Their feelings towards you, Judgment. Their intentions, the Seven of Cups. I definitely feel that your person still sees the potential in the connection with you, and I do feel like there is a deep bond with this person. Like I said, there's history here, there's love here, there's connection. But I do feel with their feelings, they are questioning the relationship right now, because Judgment is really a call to accountability and to learn from the past, to look at, what needs to perhaps be let go of, what do we keep moving forwards. And I definitely feel that your person is, wanting to take accountability for perhaps, their part to play in the connection, how they've been showing up in the connection. Your feelings towards your person, we have the Page of Wands. I really feel like there's still something to be salvaged here, Gemini, because the Page of Wands is passion, enthusiasm, and it's that fire energy. This is definitely someone that, you still really feel something for, and there is that chemistry between you. what I'm feeling is, to me, when I look at it, it's like there's a new path that's opening up for you. And what I keep feeling from your person is this sense of feeling like they're holding you back. Because in these cards here, there's all this energy of potential. The Magician, they see the potential, they see, what this could be moving forwards. And with the Seven of Cups, there again, a card of potential. But in amongst it, we have Judgment, which to me just feels like your person is just really questioning, where things are at right now, where is this going? Because there is this invitation for something to move to the next level. And I guess the question is here, is that something you do together, or is it time for something to complete here? So what lies in your challenge? We have the Eight of Wands. Now some of you may be in no contact with your person right now, or in a period of separation. Hidden Influence, Ten of Wands. Which to me, when I feel into it, like I said, I do feel like this is a long-term connection. And sometimes what can happen is the excitement starts to go out of things. It gets familiar. And, relationships take work. You need to keep working on them. You need to keep things alive. You need to keep bringing that excitement in. Your advice from the universe, the Four of Pentacles. I do feel you're feeling cautious here. Because the Four of Pentacles is sometimes when we keep our feelings a little bit, close to our chest, or we're holding on too tightly to something. But with the Eight of Wands in the challenge position, I feel that, this is an opportunity to open up a deep, honest conversation with your person here. Because what I do feel is, there is this history here with the Ten of Wands, but it's like the connection has gotten heavy. It's something that either you or your person kind of feels like they're carrying. And what it really needs is actually this Page of Wands and some new energy of passion and excitement. And in your outcome, we have Strength, which is all about, facing any fears or insecurities here, Gemini. And just knowing that, you have the strength to kind of navigate this situation. But it is going to involve, I feel, opening up and communicating in a really honest and truthful way. And I definitely feel that if you can do that, this is something that can bring you both closer. Because Judgment here, with your person's feelings, this is like a life review moment where, there is the potential and there is the opportunity to, take things to a deeper level, to the next level. And really, I feel the only way that you're going to do that is if you have a very honest, open conversation about, what you both need from each other, what you want moving forwards. And in doing that, I do feel it's something that can potentially bring you closer. But I also feel, Gemini, that it is a moment to maybe take a pause and take a little step back before you make any decisions, and just listen to what your heart is saying in this. Your heart always knows the answer. We've just got to be still and listen. So let's get your person's hidden message for you. I wish I had treated you better. So someone's got some regrets, they've been reflecting. I'm so attracted to you. I will wait for a sign from you. I hope that you can forgive me one day. So Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. We are going to move on to Libra. It may be Gemini that you might need to kind of take control of this a little bit, and be the person that makes contact and initiates this communication that I see needing to happen. But only if that feels right for you, of course. So Libra, okay, let's jump in. So I always like to just feel into the energies before I start pulling cards, Libra. I feel like someone's holding you back. That's the first thing I see. And there seems to be a lot of kind of new beginnings, new chapters for many of you right now. And whoever you are connected with, I feel like they're holding you back somehow. It's like this path lies ahead of you that, just feels exciting, expansive, like there's so much out there for you. And my feeling around this, is, are you both really at the same levels of emotional maturity? Is this person really a match for your energy is what I'm getting? Because I just feel like your energy is like, sparkling, and it wants to shine, and it's almost this sense of, keeping your energy smaller to stay connected to this person, to be in harmony with this person. But then that's at the cost of you just being your true self, Libra. So with your overall energies, the Three of Wands, a card of growth and expansion, definitely feel that's like where you're at right now. You're looking at, what else is out there? What else is possible? What is your next step forward? It's about moving out of your comfort zone, embracing, the unknown, what is out there for you, and making a choice or decision right now which is one that will bring more growth for you. Because it's a card of growth and expansion. And that's the invitation from the universe, is to move forwards, whatever your next step is, make sure that it is one that will lead you into something more. Your person's view of you, the Nine of Wands, their feelings towards you, Seven of Wands, so someone's feeling guarded. Their intentions towards you, the Queen of Swords. Your feelings towards your person, the Ace of Cups. I feel like you're willing to work on whatever is going on here, Libra, but I'm not so sure your person is, because when I see that Seven of Wands there, That's someone that's guarded, that's someone that's holding back. And, they may want to speak a truth here with the Queen of Swords. She's all about, speaking the truth, cutting through illusions to get to the truth, expressing that. But I feel like your person is really guarded. And this is the thing about, are they really a match for your energy? Because I just feel like you're more grown in some way. And you're more emotionally mature. And, you're dealing with someone who I feel very unsure if they are really ready to work on whatever these issues are. And the thing is, relationships, they do take that commitment of, each person owning, their part to play as you move forwards and working on any issues that come up, because issues do come up. You're two people in a connection, and at some point, issues come up, and it's something that, really does have to be worked together as a team. And this is what I feel with this Nine of Wands. I just feel like they are struggling to really meet you where you need them to meet you. Let's just look at your challenge. So the challenge here is justice. I definitely feel here, Libra, this may be about, on your side, perhaps looking at your part to play in the kind of partner that you attract to yourself. So someone who's, not quite ready, or they're guarded, or they're holding back, they're not really available in some way is what I'm feeling here. And I do feel like you see the potential, and you do want to work on this. But with justice there, as the blockage, I do feel like this is a call from the universe to really see the whole picture here, to see the truth of a situation. Justice usually comes in, to cut through any situation to get to the truth. And your hidden influence is the Chariot. An invitation to move forwards, to get back in the driving seat of your life, take your power here, Libra. I feel like there's a little bit of a fear for some of you to let this person go and to step into that the moving out of your comfort zone, the stepping into the unknown perhaps of the Three of Wands there, because I feel like it may be that some of you are needing to do that solo. And that fear may be holding you in the connection that you are in with this person. Because there is this fear here to move forwards, to honour your truth in all of this, your true needs. And not being afraid, I feel, to perhaps go solo for a little bit. With your advice from the universe, the Knight of Wands. This is about following your heart, Libra, and taking some kind of action, especially with the Chariot there as the hidden influence. Your outcome, the Ten of Swords, the ending of a difficult chapter. Because there's definitely some heaviness about this connection with this Nine of Wands here as well. And, feeling like you're carrying this person who is very guarded, isn't perhaps ready to be in, you know, a mature relationship. And the Ten of Swords is really a little reminder that, you know, it is the ending of a challenging time, and that can be painful, that can be difficult, but what lies in the background there is the dawn breaking, which is a reminder that with every ending there is a new beginning. And whatever this new chapter holds for you, I definitely feel that it's going to be one where you are shining your light and, you know, really getting yourself out there and getting back in control of your life and really navigating your life and creating what you want here. So Libra, let's get your person's hidden message for you. So the hidden message is more for those of you that are in no contact with your person. So Libra. I love you. I know I was a distraction from your pain. So many things remind me of you. I look for you everywhere. I couldn't let you get close to me. That's exactly what I was talking about, but it still feels like someone's missing you there, Libra, but they are also very guarded, so I guess it's to see, you know, if that's something that has shifted for them, or if it is time to, you know, just let things complete and move on to your next chapter. So Aquarius, let's move on. Okay, just do one more shuffling. Okay, Aquarius, let's jump in. So Aquarius, I always like to just tune into the energies before I start pulling cards. I'm feeling a very similar thing here, Aquarius, to what I got with your monthly reading. Of a new person coming into your life, and they feel very charismatic. I remember I was getting like this kind of love bombing energy. Very charismatic person, says all the right things, you know, there's definitely an attraction there, there's that passion, that fire. But it takes time to get to know someone. And just making sure that you do that. To make sure you're not repeating a cycle from the past, to make sure that you're not settling for less here. I get a player energy, if I'm honest. Overall energy is the Tower. I feel some of you have been through a difficult time. There's probably been a lot of change in your life, you know, recent change, sudden upheavals, chaos, things like that, where, you know, everything that you thought was solid just started to fall apart, and that may have been a previous connection. You know, something that you saw the potential, you saw the long term, but for some reason, you know, things didn't work out and it fell apart. And, you know, the Tower often comes in when change is needed, you know, especially with something that perhaps, you know, was unhealthy in some way. And it can be quite a challenging card, you know, because sometimes we can really cling on to the past. And the way that you embrace the Tower is so important as to how you come out the other side. But I do feel like a divine intervention is what I'm seeing, where the universe has just come in and moved people, places, situations around, because somehow, you know, there was something unhealthy, unfulfilling about your situation, and change was needed. And you were meant to perhaps walk a different path here. So your person's view of you, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is this person that, you know, I feel has recently come into your life after, you know, whatever that Tower moment was. I do feel like this Tower moment, I keep getting this, has left you in a little bit of a vulnerable space inside of yourself. And for many of you, it may have meant that you ended up on your own. And I just keep getting that caution, you know, just make sure you're not settling for less here. Make sure you get to know someone before you go all in and before you put all your heart and your energies into this person. Not saying they can't be what you want them to be, but I just feel it's about taking your time here. Your person's feelings towards you, the Page of Pentacles. Their intentions towards you, the Ten of Cups. Your feelings towards your person, we have the Moon. So there's a little bit of a lack of clarity here for some reason. Because when I look at your person's, you know, view of you, their feelings towards you, I do feel like they're still trying to work you out in all of this with that Seven of Pentacles, because this is a card of taking stock, taking a pause and looking at what you have and really working out, you know, if you are somebody that they want to, you know, put their energies into. And with the Page of Pentacles as their feelings towards you, I do feel like there is an openness from your person here to grow and to, you know, put that work in, put that energy in. And I definitely feel they are seeing a potential, which is really interesting. So you may be dealing with someone here, because this is what I feel these moon energies are, because I keep getting this like player energy, and you may be dealing with someone who is perhaps on the cusp of letting go of a certain lifestyle. Because while it's fun to kind of play around and, you know, have lots of different connections and things like that, deep down I feel that their heart does really want this Ten of Cups. They do really want love. But are they ready to, you know, give what it takes? Are they ready to make that commitment? Are they ready to let go of, you know, this lifestyle which is perhaps a little bit more independent in some way? And this is where I'm feeling for you. I feel like you're picking up on these energies in this person, and, you know, it's this lack of clarity on the whole situation. And I feel like that moon is there for a reason, because I do feel it is about just taking your time with this and taking things in steps, one step at a time. And, you know, your intuition is really your greatest power here. So stay tapped into your intuition and really listen to, you know, what it's telling you, and use that to navigate your steps forward through this. So in the challenge, the Ace of Swords. And again, that just feels like the same thing to me. Make sure that you are seeing the full picture here. You know, because as I was saying, whatever has broken down in your past, it may have left you feeling a little bit vulnerable, perhaps being on your own. And sometimes, you know, we can also really want this Ten of Cups with somebody. And sometimes, that can cloud the reality of a situation, especially with the Ace of Swords being in the challenge there. Make sure that you are seeing all angles, you're seeing the person as a whole. Because this is about making sure that you don't get caught up in those illusions here. It's not saying that they're a bad person, but, like I said, I feel like this is someone who is, on the cusp. And on some level, they are also making some kind of decision here around, is it time to let go of that and actually, embrace what their heart really wants. But as I said, I just feel like they're kind of really in between at the moment. Advice from the universe is the Three of Pentacles. Sometimes represents, third-party energies and things like that. But in this case, I feel like this is about working together as a team. And so this is the card for me, I feel, that's going to be really telling for you, Aquarius, in terms of, is your person able to step up to this plate of the Three of Pentacles, of, choosing to work together as a team, to grow together. Because, that is what is so important in terms of having a healthy connection. And so this is their first step. And this is what they need to step up to in order to really show you that, they are willing and they are able to work towards this Ten of Cups. And in your outcome, we have the King of Cups, which is, somebody who is really able to connect very deeply and to hold space and hold that safe, secure container for that deep emotional connection. And so clearly the potential is there. And the only block or challenge I see here is whether they are able to be vulnerable and open up to you and, honour what their heart really wants, which of course is going to involve perhaps, letting go of that lifestyle and putting the work in. So let's get your person's hidden message, Aquarius. I hope that one day you can forgive me. It's going to resonate for someone. I can't stop thinking about you. I wish things could be different. This person may have been playing around a little bit. I wish I could share my good news with you. I love you unconditionally. So Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, no matter what comes through in a reading, moving forwards, always trust what feels best for you. So thanks so much for being here, and I wish you a great month ahead.